I remember where I was on 9/11, or I remember what I was wearing that day, or these kind of significant events. Is it because we feel like we have to remember it and we feel like we have to have a story, and that's where we come up with that. But any thoughts or knowledge of what the research is like with those incidents?
Well, the flashbulb memory, I think that term might have been coined by Roger Brown at Harvard. And he was thinking, I think, at that time about people who remembering where they were when they heard the news of the Kennedy assassination. So it turns out that that was pretty long ago now. Many people who were over the age of 8 at the time of the Kennedy assassination, and I'm one of them, can tell you something about where they were when they heard the news. And then people started talking about 9/11 or the Challenger explosion. Or if you're doing flashbulb memory studies in other countries, where were you when you heard the news that Princess Diana was killed in a tunnel in France? Different countries have their own flashbulb events. But when researchers have studied these events by asking people, like shortly afterwards, write out exactly where you were when you learned about this event, and then they come back to them a year or two later, tell me again exactly where you were, the stories change often. They'll say, well, I was in a dorm room and my roommate came in and said, did you hear what just happened? And 2 years later, they're saying, I first learned about it when I turned on the TV. So what we've learned from this research is even these kinds of memories are malleable and can change for a number of reasons.